What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder faces another delay as career goes into free fall. Deontay Wilder faces another delay in his boxing career, and because he will be out of the ring for a full 18 months out of action. Wilder has been missing in action for 11 months already, with predictions his heavyweight career is over making headlines. Reports that the Bronze Bomber will face former world champion Anthony Joshua continue to be pushed. However, according to the UK media, AJ is considering another fight in December. Wilder would be looking at April before a Saudi Arabia blockbuster could happen if this scenario happens, okay? Before facing Robert Alenius in October, Wilder had fought twice in almost 3 years. Wilder's pro boxing career is in serious jeopardy with only 3 years left on his stint as a heavyweight puncher. He's already planning to walk away at 40. He turns 38 next month. Stalling on signing to fight Andy Ruiz in a stipulated WBC mandatory eliminator, Wilder pushed towards Anthony's Joshua's advances. As the World Boxing News reported many times, Premier Boxing champion Al Heyman has worked years to get Deontay versus Ruiz together. But of course, we didn't happen. And the worry would be Wilder with his inactivity. And let me counterpunch. Listen. Wilder should have fought Ruiz months ago. That fight should have been long and gone. Him wasting time with Francis Ngannou, I think, was a mistake. But what was a bigger mistake was the president over the sanctioning body, the WBC, because Ruiz and Wilder they were only supposed to fight due to an eliminator. And it started last year. Okay. So Luis Ortiz fought Charles Martin in an eliminator. And then whoever wins would fight then Ruiz. Ruiz then fought Luis Ortiz because Luis Ortiz knocked out Charles Martin. Okay. Now, since that's the case, then this year has just been total void. It's already September. These guys should have fought a long time ago, and people just drug their feet. And I think it came to the inability for Mauricio Suleiman to be a real sanctioning body president and do what he's supposed to do. Okay. And, and make his, sanctioning body credible, in which he doesn't give a shit about. But also with Wilder, I think it was the fact that Wilder, since he came back to the sport and knocked out Helenius and he was back, I think he congratulated himself, patted himself on the back a little too much, because it was Robert Helenius. It wasn't a guy that, that he doesn't know. Okay, they knew who he was. Robert Helenius is a guy that had his claim to fame for knocking out Adam Kalnacki. But who was Adam Kalnacki really? He had some pretty good wins, Charles Martin and the guy that knocked him out, Jarrell Washington, those type of guys. But, he wasn't still that guy, So, Helenius canceled him out. Well, I think Ruiz should have fought Wilder earlier this year. And see, here's the thing. Him not fighting Ruiz could be a big mistake, because if he comes in there half rusty against somebody that's already had 2 fights, and he comes in there against someone like AJ, and AJ does surprise him with some shit because he knows, hey, maybe he has this blueprint or whatever, and then he knocks out Wilder, the first thing everybody's going to say is inactivity. But at this for the first time ever, it will probably be correct, because Wilder ain't fought no fucking body. You see what I'm saying? So, in his arrogance, all I got to do is be perfect for 30 seconds. That type of shit won't really get you nowhere. It's got him places, but, it won't get you where you want to be all the time. You see, because when you're fighting other fighters, elite fighters, they're not going to let you hit them with a 1-2. You know what I'm saying? So, unless you sneak it in and catch him, he would have to catch Joshua, So tentative Joshua over thinking Joshua may get hit, sure. But at the end of the day, I think Joshua will make damn sure and make it his business not to get hit with punches, but at the same time, going for the gusto his damn self. And we haven't seen how Wilder is affected by punches. We don't know that. And I keep telling people that. And we need to understand what that means. Okay, so if Wilder gets chinned and everybody's like, oh, because we are so worried, or we can see in our minds and with our visual imaginations, Wilder knocking out Joshua. We've seen it in glimpses of Vladimir Klitschko when he caught Joshua, then he fell down, right? And damn, Klitschko hit him with a left to take him down, but he got up and knocked him out in the 11th round. You know, those things like that. But understand, I felt the same way about David Tua and Mike Tyson taking out Lennox Lewis. And then what happened? Lennox Lewis sparked both of them. Well, he knocked out Mike Tyson. He just beat up David Tua. But I saw David Tua in my mind over and over again, catching Lennox Lewis with that left hook, getting him against the ropes, punish him, ripping into the body, landing that left hook and knocking Lennox Lewis out. But that did not happen. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of this WBN article about Deontay Wilder having another hurdle or an obstacle in his way due to inactivity. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!